Let's stop acting like we don't see how this game is played. If you tired of folks throwing shade with a smile and keeping you boxed in with that slick behind-the-scenes racism, it's time to upgrade your survival skills. See, Phillip Scott dropped more than just knowledge. He handed you a playbook with passive-aggressive racism in the system of white supremacy. This ain't the in-your-face kind. This is that sneaky, office space, let me block your blessings type of racism that'll have you questioning your own reality. It's time to call it what it is and arm yourself with the facts. But baby, don't stop at just peeping the system. Break those mental chains too. That's why you need 7 steps to decolonize the mind. This is about freeing yourself up top, walking in confidence, and letting the world know your mind is not for rent, lease, or layaway. It's time to reclaim your power step by step. So don't just watch, take action. Click over to Amazon.com, type in passive-aggressive racism in the system of white supremacy and 7 steps to decolonize the mind, and secure both books for yourself, your crew, and anybody ready for that mental liberation. La Sherika said it, now go do it. Invest in your freedom. Pick up both books today on Amazon.com. Trust me, your mind will thank you.
After 13 years of exposing lies in the media, I discovered the biggest lie of all. They want you to think racism is random, accidental, just bad people doing bad things. But what if I told you anti-black racism was engineered, programmed like software, marketed like a product, and designed to survive across generations? That's exactly what I prove in my new book, Us versus the Machine, How Anti-Black Racism Was Programmed, Marketed, and Made to Survive. This isn't another book about what racism looks like. This is the blueprint of how it was built, who profits from it, and most importantly, how to dismantle it. I spent years connecting dots that they never wanted connected, following money trails that they thought were buried, exposing the machine that runs on our oppression. Knowledge is power, but strategic knowledge is liberation. Get Us versus the Machine on Amazon today, because once you understand the system, you can beat the system.
In H-Town, we want news that speaks truth, just like we do.
ADNC keeps me informed and him inspired.
We've been through too much to trust mainstream media. This feels like us.
From the D to the diaspora, ADNC is how I stay woke. We binge ADNC like it's Netflix, but smarter.
They speak on us, but never for us. ADNC does.
No fluff, no filters, just the truth, daily.
From Wall Street to 125th, we're watching our news.
Download the African Diaspora News Channel app today to stay connected to the culture.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm a little behind because my little girl, she had an issue with her glasses, broke her glasses, so I had to run over to the TSO, get that fixed, and try to get back here in time to get everything started with the show. And a little behind on that, but that's okay. We gonna get everything done, and we gonna do it real good. You know me, I'm getting started just straight up from the beginning, right? So let's start with the major thing that we need to start off first when we get to the major topic of what we're going to talk about. You know, definitely going to talk about Dr. Matthews and Quanell X pulling up to an anti-black racist home that decided to not only spit on but attack a black woman. I end up doing the video on that one on our podcast. So we kind of going to revisit it and get into the rest of that. But Hurricane Melissa, let's talk about that first. Hurricane Melissa hit Jamaica today. And, you know, Whitney and Kalila, that's who, you know, of course you see Whitney, you just don't see Kalila. Kalila posts content on our app and things like that, and also some content for us on Spotify and things like that. So Whitney and Kalila are both okay, and that's a great thing. They both safe and sound. That's a beautiful thing. But, yeah, Category 5 hit them pretty good. And I forgot to add this one video in the queue. Let me pull this video up. I had at least some of the footage that she sent us, I'm going to say. Let me see if I can find it. And this is right here.
Oh, so much. Yes, sir. Is a good thing the light gone? Exactly, fire this. So now we're at risk of stuff blowing in on us. And we're at risk of fire if the light come back. Exactly. Fire them there.
All right, that's a few things that was sent to me, but it was devastating for sure. I mean, when I seen that video with the water running like a freaking river, I like, wow. But listen, I live in the hurricane zone all my life, and I definitely, oh man, we got hit before with Category 4, and so I understand the damage it causes. Like I say, the disruption on your life, the power issues. Oh my God, the mad mosquitoes is about to come because of that. It's just a lot of mess, getting food going again, getting the roads clear, debris and all that stuff. Oh man, it's horrible. It's horrible. But a lot of those brothers and sisters definitely gonna need help. So I asked Whitney, I said, how could people help if they want to help? Because I say, I don't want to be giving no money to these white NGO organizations. Because we remember from the Haiti situation, people gave money to Hillary Clinton and all them others talking about, we're going to go build some homes. And then the Haitians come out and say they didn't build nothing, but I think they said 5 homes. But they were talking about building all these thousands of homes, all the money they took. They basically stole the money. So I don't trust giving money to no white organizations talking about they going to go to some black area, go do something. Just like when I went in Kenya, when I went to the slum in Kibera, right? They said the same thing. You got these white organizations come in here talking about they're going to donate, they're going to do this and that and the third, and they never see the money. They actually use the pictures and video from those places to finesse people to give them money. So I say, okay, Whitney, well, tell us where can we give something to that we'll know that you believe it'd be okay for the people. So Whitney has shared this. This coming directly from the Jamaican government itself. This is the Hurricane Melissa relief page here, and you can read it up on yourself. They were saying what the needs are. They say they got the government of Jamaica, and say has prepared a preliminary needs list of support, response, and recovery to an estimated 400,000 people affected by Hurricane Melissa. They say the list will be updated periodically. Of course, you can report incidents about missing people, roadblocks, flooding and damage, talking about sharing pictures, videos, your location, all of that. And then they say you want to donate there, right, to help out. So I just click the donate button. And then, of course, that's the Jamaican dollar, but you can go USD. Now, our US dollar is definitely higher than the Jamaican dollar. So let me go look at that real quick, and let's look at this on the screen. Let me get to the Jamaican dollar. Okay, so for every... Hold on, let me switch it. So for every $1 US is 160 Jamaican dollars. So if you had donated, let's say, even just you donated $50, that's like 8,000 Jamaican dollars. Okay, so our US dollar goes a long way in Jamaica. So what I mean by that is, if you want to donate, of course, you don't have to donate 100, 500, or 1,000. If you like to donate any amount, you can put your full name and you can hit donate now. And then if you want to do transfers, they got the banks there, because some people may want to transfer, maybe from their account, right? Maybe they want to do a wire transfer, so they have all the information there for USD, or just all different ones here. They got Euro, Canadian Bank, Great Britain Pound, and of course you want to send in JMD, okay? Of course we send, of course when we pay Whitney and Kalila, we send, money to the bank in Jamaica all the time, and it's never been an issue or a problem, okay? So if you would like to donate, that's actually in the pinned comment right now. If you would like to help out those brothers and sisters, and remember, You know, it could be us one day. You know, it has been us with Hurricane Beryl, and all other hurricanes has been worse, you know, in the United States. So I'll leave that there for y'all, and let me get off of this thing here. Where am I at? All right, boom. All right, so let's go ahead and get to our subject matter. And like I said, we'll put that on the pinned comment after the stream as well, so you can say, hey, let me go over there and check that out. Now, Whitney Kalila, they haven't said about anything yet, but I'll wait till what they say personally, and we'll just see. But now the video that went viral out of Houston, let's get back to that and the main thing. So if you haven't seen my podcast on this, we'll revisit the video. So, of course, I originally posted the video minus the N-word part and some of the swinging. Well, no, some of the swinging because but of course it got dinged, so I had to re-edit it and some mute the things and all of that because all the words that Savage was saying, right? So I'm gonna play the original video so y'all can see exactly what happened, right? So let's play the original video, and because some of you may not even seen this, well let's go back to it.
I didn't hit you in rain. I'm right here at the gas station
right now.
Nobody hit you in rain. I turned into the gas station.
At the corner of Perry Road.
What's wrong with you?
Perry and Mills Road.
Nobody hit you in rain. You hit my car, and I pulled over to the gas station. You seen me turning around.
Mills Road and Perry Road. Mine's a gray Mojave Jeep versus an Altima gray Altima Nissan.
Exactly. You talking about somebody hit and ran.
Right.
I got out of the school zone, and you saw me turning around.
Please be here in a couple seconds.
That's fine.
What?
That's fine. That's what I said.
Okay. Hit what gun?
Nobody hit you and ran.
Fucking.
And that's what your problem is.
Sloppy,
You son of a, you ugly, dirty white, yo, you going to jail, yeah, you going to jail, yeah, you going to jail.
Okay, let me stop there. But I guess that was the wrong episode there. But anyway, I don't want to play it too much. But they got into a tussle, ladies and gentlemen, and he ended up getting arrested. He got charged with assault. Okay. Now, because of that incident that you saw there, because of that incident, he ended up getting arrested for assault. But he did call her before he assaulted her the N-word. And when you call someone an N-word or any kind of racial slur, or you have a slur for someone or attack someone for their religion, race, sexual orientation, whatever, that's considered a hate crime on the federal level. Now, good luck with this administration prosecuting that, but, you know, I still say she should make a report at the Houston field office for the FBI, and they're supposed to investigate hate crimes. The DA is supposed to put a hate crime charge on this guy, okay? So this guy here is supposed to be a veteran of the United States, and you're going to sit up here and attack a woman? Like, really? Now, he wouldn't have did that to no black man. He wouldn't have did that to no black man at all. So, you know, I remember Dr. Matthews had posted this video also, and even the update to the video, so shout out to Dr. Candice Matthews. And she also had let me know before they had this video, I'm going to show you about it, but, you know, I just couldn't really just get out there like that. And that's the only thing that frustrates me at times because, you know, if more funding would come in, like, so that's why we want our app to grow. If we could, you know, have somebody maybe on standby to say, hey, you can go out there and film that, go out there and, you know, do the things we need to do. But, you know, we'll get there. Okay? But Dr. Matthews and Quanell X pull up to this dude's house, the one in the video, okay? And now you got people in front of your house, but let's see in the video if he come outside. You know what I'm saying? He was so big and bad to put his hand on a black woman, right? For a hit and run. He say a hit and run. Most people that do a hit and run not going to be pulling into the gas station with you. They're not going to talk to you. That's mostly like okay, we trade information and we go ahead and get our insurance on the line, right? But that's not what happened because this dude is a certified savage. And because they think Trump in office, they can be bold now. That's what a lot of it is. They think they can be so bold on black folks because Trump's in office. Trump not going to save you. Trump not even worried about people like him at all. Trump worried about himself and getting a bag. So he hopefully can leave out of office with $1 trillion. That's what Trump is worried about. He's not worried about them. So you keep trying to put your hands on black folks if you want to. Anyway, let me go ahead and play this video. This was the video that Dr. Matthews had recently posted. So I want to give a shout out to Dr. Matthews for doing this. And let me go ahead on and cue this up.
Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Candice Matthews, the national renowned human civil rights activist and advocate, and also the National Minister of Politics for the New Black Panther Nation. We are here standing in solidarity with our sister, who clearly was disrespected and not even protected on last week. We have this joker that lived right here behind us that called her the N-word, and then from there proceeded to spit on her. Then from there and proceeded to hit her. And what we're here for today is that is not just an assault. That is a hate crime because he used the N-word first before he proceeded to do what he did to her. All over a simple traffic stop. That is unacceptable. And then this man that we come to learn, supposed to be a military veteran who's supposed to stand and fight for our freedom of rights, and he run around here acting like this. That is unacceptable, and we are calling him out. We are in front of his house. We want him to know that black women are protected and that black women will be respected. Okay. And you are not going to do this to our sister and think it's going to go unjust, or it's going to go to where it's not going to be accountable for. We are going to stand so it can be a hate crime, because that's exactly what he did.
When we watched the video, it was so appalling, so agitating and upsetting. As a black man, to watch something like that on a video, a black woman being viciously cursed out, being viciously attacked physically. But before he put his hands on her physically, he spit on her. When you spit on someone, that is the lowest dehumanizing thing you can do. When a man spits on a woman, then puts his hand on her. We want to say to this no good, dirty, low down, racist devil, we will not tolerate you putting your hands on black women and not send you a crystal clear message. You ought to be glad you're safe in your house hiding today. Because if you brought your weak coward behind outside, I would dare you to spit on one of us today. I'd put my foot so deep the doctors couldn't take it out. This man is nothing more than a coward. I don't care what your race is. I don't care what your station or position or title in life is. What self-respecting, God-fearing man would accept another man physically beating on a woman and spitting in the face of that woman? This sister did not deserve that. She was saying, just call the police. She was saying, okay, call the police. I'll call them too. That wasn't good enough for him. He had to spit in her face and then physically start fighting with his sister. I don't understand why the Harris County DA's office has not charged that man with a hate crime. Yes. Because the hateful words were coming out of his mouth before the Fiscal Criminal Act took place. Yes. So we don't understand how this man could be on a viral video spewing vicious, bigoted, hateful words. That's right. And then physically attack this woman and not be charged with a hate crime. We're asking the DA's office to re-examine this case because we would like to see this man charged not just with assault, but also charged with a hate crime. Exactly. Because this fits all of the criteria and the standards to qualify him as being charged with one. Exactly. Once again, brothers, we must stand up when our women are attacked like this. To all of the brothers, we got to be men. We cannot allow our women to be attacked like that for the world to see, and we as black men in the community, we don't say a damn thing. We don't rise up and do nothing, say nothing. No, we got to stand for our sisters today, because there comes a time in our community when we must be willing to put our lives on the line, when men are spitting in their faces, calling them racist words, and then punching them. That is as low as it can go. We want the DA's office to look at this case as a potential hate crime, but also we're calling on the Department of Justice, since Trump loves to go after those who are speaking out against what he believes is free speech and speaking out against those with whom his administration believes are victims of being targeted. Well, hell, she was targeted. It's all on camera. Do something about this.
My name is Arnisha Mallett. The day that this egregious act of hatred was committed towards me, I was actually on a commute back home after taking my son and my niece and nephew to school. So I hadn't expected anything like that to occur. I don't think I was even ready for what was going to occur and what has occurred after. I'm not sure what he took from me that day, but something is missing. And it's been missing since that protected me. I was actually driving, and I drove into another school zone, and I passed the school zone up to make the U-turn. He tried to go around me as I was making the U-turn. His wheel scrubbed against the back of the car. Neither one of us had damage. I could tell we didn't have any damage, but I still pulled over so we can exchange information and see what was going on.
And at that gas station, you stopped, and then you had this incident. What was going on through your mind at that moment?
Well, I got out just thinking it was going to be, a normal exchange of information. But the moment he got out, I was all kind of racial slurs. And, even at that time, I still was assured him, sir, everything is fine. I have my information. We can do whatever you want to do. If you want to call the police, that's fine. And, he just continued to call me racial slurs. And, it kind of went from there.
And if you watch on the video, she says to this man, call the police. I'm on the phone with the police too. She tells them, I'm on the phone with the dispatcher. I'm on the phone with police. He didn't give a damn. He still got so angry, he walks up to her and spits in her face.
He escalated the situation.
Then starts swinging on the sister, fighting with the sister.
Punching her.
This is what was even more shameful. And I got to speak to this. The black officer from HPD. Dear brother, you are a disgrace to your own people. Yep. The way that black cop dealt with the situation, didn't treat her like she was a victim, treated her like she was a potential suspect after showing him the video. It was only the Harris County Sheriff's deputy who examined all of the facts and arrested that man for assaulting this woman. But the black officer, this boot-licking, handkerchief-head, window-dressing Negro, Uncle Ruckus in full effect, was too afraid to even question the white man. After she showed him the video, he was more concerned about talking to her than talking to the suspect after he watched the video.
And he didn't even handcuff him. He didn't detain him or anything.
With physical evidence on her.
And, evidence was clearly there, and he didn't do none of that.
And after watching the video, didn't put the man in handcuffs or anything. It was the Harris County Sheriff's deputy that took control of the situation and did his job.
Yep. All of my friends that are here, we all live in close proximity to each other, which is within a 5-mile radius of his house. So they all showed up within moments of it occurring, and they were asking HPD why was he not detained. And he then started to threaten to detain my friends. He was going from one extreme to the next. Even after the fight, he came up to me and I thought that he was going to try to assault me again. And he was like, no, can you just help me find my hearing aid? Like, he was just like...
Also, you hear her say to him on the video, no, it's not a hit and run. I was pulling out of traffic, pulling into a safe place, and pulling over. She says that to him. And if it was a hit and run, why did he not call 911 and say, this woman just hit me, pulled off, and she's taking off? I'm on the phone with 911 right now. I'm following her. She's trying to flee me. None of that took place. She made it crystal clear. I'm just pulling out of traffic, sir, and pulling over so you and I can talk.
And she was calm the whole time.
And the truck that he was driving, that's the truck right there. That's the truck. He got arrested. He was charged with assault.
No tickets, nothing for the traffic. Even they were trying to find something on my car to kind of try to add that. And I told them, like, it wasn't even a fender bender. It wasn't even a fender bender.
But he was arrested and charged with assault. But we believe that he was not charged appropriately. He should have been charged with a hate crime based on what's on the video and using hateful, racist, bigoted terms toward her before he physically assaulted her.
So what I was originally saying, I'm going to have to edit this out, was this is two issues. It's two issues, it's two issues, it's two issues. Two issues is this, the spitting. For years, I've covered many stories about the spitting, and I've noticed this, that they spit on people repeatedly. And it's something about that culture and spitting, because I haven't seen no other group of people do this consistently like them. It's a very savage behavior. And, you know, you can remove people out the Caucasus Mountains. You can't remove the Caucasus Mountains out of them. Okay? You just can't. So spitting is vile, is nasty. I've gotten into fights before in my life, and I've never thought in my mind to spit at somebody. I've seen other black people in my lifetime get into fights, male and female, and I've never seen them spit on people. I've never seen that. Like, that's the thing I'm going to do. I'm going to spit on you. Now, they may slap you, punch you, kick you, but never spit on you. You know why? Because even though we are upset, we have more decorum not to spit on people. That's what that is. We have decorum. Spitting on people, you could transfer all kind of disease and all kind of other things. You know, the spitting would have made me more outraged than anything else, actually. It was the spitting. I wouldn't even care about the N-word. I probably would have had to get him to the white meat just for spitting on me. That would have probably let the Incredible Hulk out of me on that dude. Seriously. You don't spit on nobody. Look, it's nasty to watch somebody just be spitting on the floor like that. You know, countries like Singapore, you better not spit over there. Spit on the ground if you want to. And right on for it. Because that's just nasty. You just hawk and spit on the ground. You can't even go to the grass somewhere and do it where nobody won't see it. No, you're going to just hawk on the ground. Especially them nasty ones that be chewing that tobacco and all that and spitting it on the ground, just spitting everywhere like, ugh. Oh my God. Like I said, we are just two different cultures. We just are. We're two different people. Anyway, the second issue I have with this is that cop. The reason why we're still in the position that we're in as black people is because of other black folk. The white folks got their part, yes, but other black folks have always participated. So you have the cop. He don't even put handcuffs on this guy. He committed an actual assault, a hate crime. He should have been charged with hate crime, but he don't even put handcuffs on him. He have him to the side. This guy talking about he need to get his hearing aid. So, dude, you got a hearing problem, and you racist. Wow, you struggling enough to hear, but you gonna make sure to sit up here and be a racist. Okay, all right, I got you. You know, to take your racism to the grave. Now, a lot of you feel that since Trump is in office, you feel emboldened. You know, Stephen Miller and all them guys up there, you feel emboldened now to anti-black racism. Let me tell you something. Trump is not gonna be there for you. Y'all tried that mess the last time he was in office, and Trump is not gonna be there for you. Trump don't even care about y'all. Trump care about himself. Trump trying to fix where he can get $1 trillion before he leave office. That's what he trying to do. He gonna have all kind of houses other places. Man, Trump may not even be in this country after the fact. We don't even know. After that presidency, all the things that he got going on, right? But you have that Uncle Ruckus doing it what he did. Now the roles reverse. That Uncle Ruckus probably would have slammed the black woman on the ground and put her in handcuffs. You know, Ice Cube said a long time ago, black cop like to show out for the white cop. That's been going on. Sometimes a black cop is worse off than even a racist white cop because they're going to do times 10 to you to prove that they are just as brutal to you than the white cop. And don't even get started with some of these cops who are immigrants. You got some of that too. They want to show out too because they don't mind doing something to a person that's a black American. I'm not saying that cop was immigrant. That's not what I'm saying, but I'm just saying that the things that has been said about some of them out there. I'm not saying you don't have no black Americans who are selling out in bootlicks now. I'm not saying that because they do have them. Oh yeah, they got them. A lot of times, you know, when I've talked to black cops, many of them I've talked to, and just about all of them say you really can't change the system from the inside. He says it's way too corrupt. He said you can do good things on your own, but just trying to change the system, he said the system will get you out of there before they let you change anything. I've heard that from several black cops who are not bootlicks and shines. That system is meant to be the way it is. You can just be work. I guess you can get a job there and be a manager on the plantation, but you better not come in there and talk about you disrupting anything. Oh no. Even if you're a white cop that's trying to do the right thing, they get you out of there too. They've done that to white cops too. Yes, they have. I remember years ago they had this one cop. I think it was in Baltimore. He was a white cop. I remember his face. I just forget his name. And he was exposing them, all the dirt they were doing. I think it was in Baltimore, one of the places like that. And then when he was, chasing a suspect, drug suspect, he called him for backup. Nobody backs him up. They were throwing dead rats on his police car and all kind of stuff because he was turning in their unlawful behavior. So they do that to a black cop that's trying to do the right thing, a white cop that's trying to do the right thing. They don't want no cop to do what's right. They want that corrupt system. But I always said that we said this in the first Trump administration. We're going to say it again. Don't sit up here and thinking because Trump in office that you're going to get a pass. You sitting up here believing Trump and all that. Like some people say, Trump will get you effed up out here. And he ain't going to be there to save you. You don't spit on nobody. You sure don't call nobody no racial slur. You don't do that. I know a lot of you wasn't raised with home training or morals. I know. But when you leave out your house, you better act like you got some home training, and you better act like you have some sort of morals. You keep your vile spit in your mouth. Nobody wants that see that on the ground. Nobody want to see that mess. You doing it to somebody. Because spitting on someone is assault too. Did you know that? But for you in your mind, spitting on someone is degrading them. But it actually makes you look bad, worse than anything else. Because you're just filthy. We know about the hygiene issues. We know about the wet dog thing. We know about the lice and all that other things that go on. We know about the avoiding the baths and taking baths, if any, once or twice a week. You know what I'm saying? We know all about that. This is why we don't want nothing related to you coming our way, because we know if you don't take a bath, then you're not brushing your teeth and anything else that you're not doing. You understand? I was talking about, I was in a meeting today, and I would say, well, a lot of people, just in general, ever since the pandemic, I've been more so the king of the fist bump. You know what I'm saying? I don't really want to shake too many people's hand too much. Because you don't know people's hygiene a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with a fist bump. I'm acknowledging you. Hey, we acknowledging each other. But hey, my hands are closed, and whatever you doing, because not everybody's hygiene is good. And I tell most people that, if it's not somebody you know and you know their hygiene, be the king or the queen of the fist bump. You say they love. Look, what they do in their house, if they spit on their partners or he's spitting on his woman. But it's not just the people like him. I've seen the women over the years too. Not the younger ones. Well, maybe one or two. But most of the older ones, they love spitting. That's a thing with them. That's that culture. I told y'all that culture is one for the books. I'm telling you. That culture is you study that culture. Study it. Why you think during the pandemic they were doing elementary graphics to teach you how to wash your hands, because they know they people. They know they don't like to wash their hands. They were showing you. Oh, think about it during the pandemic. They were showing them how to turn on the water, what kind of soap, use soap, how long to wash their hands, to rinse it off, dry their hands, and they had to tell them, okay, wash your hands here, wash your hands there, do this here, do this there, to help stop spreading disease. This is what they put out, the CDC, because they know they don't like washing their hands. They don't like taking showers. Like I said, water. Look, in Europe, they didn't like water like that. Like, man, you like a cat? Because cats don't like water or something. Shoot. Yeah. Calvin down there talking about old pissy hand little boy. Yeah. Nah. I'm good. I'm good. We can fist bump. We like, hey man, how you doing? You can do that. You like, man, nah. As I get older, I think more about hygiene, other people's hygiene. I know what I do. Yeah, Eric, they scared of water. Eric, scared of water. Man, I love taking a shower. I love it, especially the hotter the shower, the better. What you scared of water for? Hot shower is the best thing when you wake up. The hot shower is the best thing at the end of the day. How you lay in your bed and not take a shower? That's what I want to know. How you get in your bed dirty? And then them same kind of people that be spitting like him, their teeth is jacked up. Got all kind of gingivitis, cavities, periodontal disease. They got all kind of jacked up stuff going in their mouth. Their mouth not even clean to be spitting at nobody. You got all kind of bacteria going up in your mouth. You ain't been to a dentist since you was 6 years old. You don't use mouthwash. You don't use nothing. They probably think if they drink alcohol, I'll drink some liquor, so that kills all that in my mouth. Yeah, okay. All right, dude. Okay. Yeah. Well, look, like I said, you can't really remove people from their culture. I'm telling you, just like me, I'm from Port Arthur. There's still things from Port Arthur that in my upbringing I still do. I still say to this day. Right? Certain things I will do, not do, because of my upbringing in Port Arthur. And even though I'm not in Port Arthur, if I go to the African continent too, I'm the same person from Port Arthur. That upbringing. Well, they are the same people from way back in the Caucasus Mountains. They the same people that they were in Europe. And you can go read the book, my new book. We talk about that part in Europe. What they had going on. And they brought that same culture over here. They can't escape it. Even in 2025, you got freaking AI that can tell you all kind of ways to be clean, and they still won't do it. They still spitting. Still not taking care of the teeth. So that was the most vile thing he ever did outside of the punching, is the spitting. But he got arrested, and the coward like he is, and black people pull up, you scared, instead of stepping outside. But like I say, he thought he was going to try a black woman. But a black man, he wouldn't sat himself down somewhere. Yeah, that's why I say, man, being around me, I believe in hygiene, man. Look, deodorant. Deodorant. Let me tell y'all something. And I'm serious about that deodorant. Look, I got to wrap this up. I'm serious about deodorant. Now, look, some cultures, even on the continent, some of them don't like deodorant. I'm telling you, certain countries more than others. And I'm telling you, any office or whatever we set up for African diaspora, we're going to have a big thing about deodorant and hygiene. Okay? I've heard stories here in the United States where foreigners come here and, from different countries. They don't believe in deodorant. And I'm like, look, us Americans, especially black Americans, we believe in deodorant. We do not like must. Must is offensive. Please leave your must at the passport office. Don't bring it over here. I will go crazy about somebody bringing mustiness around me in my office space. Oh, my God, I'll go crazy. Y'all, I hate smells. I hate it. God, I hate smells. It's too easy to go take a shower, man. It's too easy. We were raised in black American culture. Cleanliness is next to godliness. That's how we was raised, and I'm not walking away from my culture for nobody. Well, you got to be more tolerant of other culture. I'm not tolerant to stink. I will never be tolerant to that. If you're going to do business with me or anything, it's going to be black American culture. You got to operate like we operate if you're going to do business with me. Sorry, we just got to. I'm not accepting must. Period. Oh, we're not going to do nothing at all. That's how I feel. Sorry, I'm not trying to be offensive to nobody, but I'm sorry. That's offensive to me, you smelling. It don't matter who, you talking about halitosis. Now, okay, now you going deeper than where I'm going right now with it. You got something going on and didn't deal with that. All right, y'all. But thank y'all for joining us on the stream tonight. It's a quick one. We greatly appreciate it. Make sure to click the subscribe button. Make sure to click the like button. That's very, very important. But thank y'all for listening. We'll catch y'all on the next.